If we accept the client and they come back to us and say that yes, they are willing to commit to the program, they move into one of our emergency shelters. And at the moment we have 2 emergency shelters, and the emergency shelter is designed for about 4 to 6 months for each family. And while they're with us in the emergency shelter, we put together what's called an individual service plan, or ISP. And what's neat about that is that it's client written. And so we have 5 areas that we focus on with the clients, but we ask the client what they want to accomplish in each of those 5 areas, and they tell us what their goals are. And the first area is housing. We ask the client what their goals are in terms of their housing once they leave Bethany House. Are they looking for an apartment? Are they looking to own a home? What is it that they want for themselves? It doesn't have to happen in 6 months or a year or 2 years, but really what is that long-term goal that they have for themselves? And then we put together the baby steps that need to happen in order for that final goal to be achieved. The second area is transportation. Again, for some clients, the goal is to maintain their car payments. For some clients, it's learning how to drive. So they have a very, very basic goal. And so again, we would put together the baby steps for transportation. The third area is education or employment, depending on what the client's abilities are and their work history, and also their goals. If they have come from working in a certain field, they may have always had an aspiration to become something else, and so that's an opportunity to talk with them about going back to school and becoming a nurse, or becoming a dental assistant, or working with computers. The fourth area is child services, and so if a mom comes in here with children, that may be simply getting the children enrolled in daycare or school. It may also be looking at child counseling. If the child has experienced or witnessed the abuse, there's often a lot of turmoil that they're carrying around inside, and so counseling may be very appropriate to help that child unburden themselves from some of the damage that they've seen or that's been inflicted on them. And then the fifth area is social support for mom. A lot of times when individuals are in an abusive relationship, there's a lot of isolation from family and friends and from neighbors, and when they leave the relationship, there's still that sense of loneliness, and the one adult contact that they had is also lost. And even though that one adult contact may have been abusive, at least it was a relationship. And so leaving that relationship really can be a very lonely, cavernous experience for these clients. They look around and they don't see that they have anybody else in their life. And so we want to step into that void and say, we're here to help you and support you, but long term we also want to see what can we do to help mom to feel that she has that community of people around her.
Bethany House is a wonderful place for women who are in domestic violence or recovering from domestic violence situations to come and have a place where they can form community with other women, where they're able to be supported by not only the staff that provides case management and other outreach events for them, but also a house manager, so they have someone that lives with them, that is supportive of them, that is able to help them through this challenging time. So it's come to be a place for me as a refuge for the clients, and I'm grateful to be a part of the organization in that way. I have learned that people need more than simply physical needs met during this period of transition for them. The needs are both physical, but they're also emotional and spiritual. So I have learned how to be present with the clients during this time in more than just providing for their physical needs. I've become a friend, I've become a mentor, I've become someone that they can listen to and a confidant. So it has helped me to learn that people need more than just physical help to sustain them through transition.
Our goal for the clients, once they have been with us that 4 to 6 months, is to move them into stable housing that is not going to lead them to be at risk of homelessness in the near future. We transition them into transitional housing, which is a 2-year supported program. And in transitional housing, that is often a beginning step towards permanent supportive housing, where they might sign up at the beginning of those transitional housing programs for public housing or Section 8 or some other form of supportive housing. And so we would move clients into the transitional housing units where we know that they would continue to be supported and continue to be safe in these units.
This is the Rainbow Room. This is where the families come together and they play together and do the game family time. They're down here. They have books and toys to play with. It's kind of a sitting area, family room, so everybody can get together and have a little fun, a little downtime. You watch movies, and every other weekend they usually have like a family time where we pick movies and plan out what we're gonna cook, bake cookies and things like that. And here is our den area where the residents go on the computer, job searching and things like that, check their emails and things. Up here is one of our empty residence rooms, where it will be a family of possibly two, a mother and a child. Next is our sitting area. And here is where they dine. The families dine together. They usually coordinate a dinner. They all, at the beginning of the week, they all get together and have a plan of what they're going to eat. And this is where they eat it. And this is the white room. We have, let's say, weekly meetings and counseling meetings and therapy sessions, things like that in here. It's an exclusive room. And here is our kitchen, eat-in area. All the residents have their own section of their foods and everything. Pretty much keep it together. Here is the mudroom. And I'm taking you to the back of the yard. Where we can do a little barbecue, cookout, whatever you want to have. Little parties, a little gazebo. And that's just about it.
I came to Bethany House because I was, at one point in time, I was a domestic violence victim myself. And I was looking for a job that I could help others. Here it's more of a home environment. And that also helps our ladies here to feel a little more at peace within themselves because they're not in an institution type setting to where you're afraid that, you know, if you don't do something right, you're going to get kicked out, because that's how it is in a real institutional type setting. But here they have everything they need at their hand.
We have 4 shelters, and just paying utilities, paying mortgage, and paying rent every month, that requires a lot of money. So the money we receive from churches that goes to maintain shelters were also to provide direct assistance to clients, to help them, for instance, go in or receive computer classes or English classes, or to pay for medication and all of the clients' needs so most of the clients, or some clients, come here without any income. So some of them require a lot of assistance from us at the beginning. And then when we finally help them to become independent, I mean, the need from them, the demand from them is less, but still we need to support more clients. Just as Good is part of Bethany House. Just as Good provides funding for, a good part of the FAP, or Family Assistance Program, but also they provide the opportunity to clients to go there and receive training so they can get more skills on retail sales.
My name is Deanne, and I have been the director of Joseph's Coat for the last 5 years. And I partnered with several friends, and we came on board to try to turn Joseph's Coat around and make it profitable. Our mission is to raise funds for Bethany House of Northern Virginia, and we supply clothing and home accessories and furniture for the girls when they leave the shelter and move into transitional housing. And then in addition, we sell the clothing, furniture, and that revenue that is made supports the program.